What did a fictional character say that stuck with you? You can handle anything for 10 seconds, Kimmy Schmidt. I expect nothing and I am still let down. Dewey. Quote, losing people is a part of life, but that doesn't mean you stop letting them in. Quote, Lego Batman. That movie came out shortly after I lost my grandpa. He was one of 2 people I was closest with. When he died, I went through a really rough phase. Ever since I heard that phrase, it stuck with me. Quote, so, this is my life, and I want you to know that I am both happy and sad and I am still trying to figure out how that could be. Quote, Charlie. Perks of being a wallflower. The hero decides to give their life to save the day, and because of their sacrifice the good guys win. The survivors all cheer, and everybody lives happily ever after. But the hero never gets to see that ending. They'll never know if their sacrifice actually made a difference. They'll never know if the day was really saved. In the end they just have to have faith. Ain't that a bitch? Epsilon from Red vs. Blue. Quote, everyone always has a story they tell themselves to justify bad decisions. It never matters. You are always alone in your actions. Quote, Hawk from Dragon Age 2. Edit. Yes, she does say this in Inquisition. I forgot. Thank you. Sucking at something is the first step being sorta good at something. Jake the dog. Quote, what is better, to be born good, or to overcome your evil nature through great effort? Quote, Perther Knox. I survived because the fire inside burned brighter than the fire around me. Joshua Graham. Fallout New Vegas. If you want to know what a man's like, judge him on the way he treats his inferiors, not his equals. Quote, Sirius Black. Always really stuck with me because I really think it's pretty solid advice. You know, sometimes all you need is 20 seconds of insane courage. Just literal 20 seconds of just embarrassing bravery. And I promise you, something great will come of it. Benjamin Me. We bought a zoo. When Vimes says about his alcoholism, 1 is too many, 2's not enough. That's when I knew that cutting down wouldn't work. I would have to completely stop. Been sober nearly 5 years now. Quote, a person is smart. People are dumb, panicky, dangerous animals. And you know it. Quote, Agent K. Men in Black. Quote, I am a quitter. I come from a long line of quitters. It's amazing I am here at all. Quote, Bernard from Black Books. Quote, the problem is not the problem, monsieur. The problem is your attitude about the problem, monsieur. Quote, Jack Sparrow. Burns. Well, everybody knows. War is hell. Single quote. Honeycutt. Remember, you heard it here last. Hawkeye. War isn't hell. War is war, and hell is hell. And of the two, war is a lot worse. Father Mulcahy. How do you figure that? Hawkeye? Hawkeye. Easy. Father. Tell me, who goes to hell? Father Mulcahy. Sinners. I believe. Hawkeye. Exactly. There are no innocent bystanders in hell. But war is chock full of them. Little kids. Cripples. Old ladies. In fact, except for a few of the brass, almost everybody involved is an innocent bystander. Quote, better to serve a good man than to rule with an evil one. Merlin. That quote has stuck with me for so long and I have thought about it many times. And remember, bad times are just times that are bad. Katrina from Animal Crossing. Quote, it is possible to commit no mistakes and still lose. That is not weakness. That is life. Quote, Jean-Luc Picard. Quote, and someday you're going to look around and realize that everybody loves you, but nobody likes you. And that is the loneliest feeling in the world. Quote, BoJack Horseman. Thor's mom. Frigga. In Endgame, everyone fails at who they're supposed to be. The measure of a person, a hero, is how they succeed at being who they are. Quote, edit. Referenced wrong movie. Thanks. You. Music note 328. Never half-ass two things. Whole-ass one thing. Quote, personal isn't the same as important. This is said by both Captain Carrot and Granny Weatherwax in the Discworld books by Terry Pratchett. I'd trade it all for a little more. See, Monsieur Burns. Quote, people get built different. We don't need to figure it out. We just need to respect it. Quote, Princess Bubblegum. In all seriousness, Adventure Time was such an impactful and powerful show. I heavily recommend everyone go and watch it. Without it, I don't think I'd even be half the person I am today. Quote, some people will always need help. That doesn't mean they're not worth helping. Quote, Mira Reed from Game of Thrones. Confidence. It's the food of the wise man but the liquor of the fool. Vikram The Office. Quote, a wise man can learn more from his enemies than a fool from his friends. Rush. Some paraphrase of evil is thinking of people as things. Yes, it gets more complicated, but it starts by thinking of people as things. Granny Weatherwax in, I think, Carpe Jugulum by Terry Pratchett. Quote, tomorrow's the day you'll pay the bills. Tomorrow's the day you'll grow up and start acting responsible. But tomorrow never comes for you. Because it's always so conveniently a day away. Quote, Susie, hey Arnold, had to copy and paste because I forgot the original quote verbatim, but the tomorrow never comes part always stuck with me despite me being a massive procrastinator. It's like those lights in the sky. They all look the same from here, but that doesn't make them lay pretty. River Wiles. This is my family. I found it all on my own. It's a little broken but still good. Yeah, still good. Stitch. Quote, BoJack. I don't like anything about me. Quote, Sarah Lynn. BoJack Horseman. Yeah, that episode was pretty fucking depressing. Then again, it's called The Sad Horse Show for a reason. Quote, be loyal to what matters. Quote, Arthur Morgan. Quote, you can't keep blaming yourself. Just blame yourself once and move on. Quote, Homer Simpson. And #X200B. One of the wisest pieces of advice I've ever heard. Not everything is a lesson. Sometimes, you just fail. Dwight K. Schrute. You know, it's at times like this, when I am trapped in an airlock with a man from Beetlejuice, and about to die of asphyxiation in deep space, that I really wish I'd listened to what my mother told me when I was young. Quote, why, what did she tell you? Quote, I don't know. I didn't listen. Quote, Arthur Dent. We live with dignity. We can't die with it. Drive. Gregory House. Brand thought about it. Quote, can a man still be brave if he's afraid? Quote, that is the only time a man can be brave. Quote, his father told him this year. I don't know how many years I got left on this earth, so I'm gonna get real weird with it. Frank Reynolds. Quote, it's real life, and in real life, you can't always win. Quote, Gerald. Hey Arnold. Quote, the past can hurt, but the way I see it, you can either run from it, or learn from it. Quote, Rafiki. The Lion King. Quote, the right man in the wrong place can make all the difference in the world. Quote, G-Man. Half-Life series. Quote, every day it gets a little easier. You just have to do it every day. That's the hard part, but it does get easier. Quote, Running the Hill Monkey in BoJack Horseman. Fear is the mind killer. Fear is the little death that brings total obliteration. I will face my fear. I will permit it to pass over me and through me. And when it has gone past me, I will turn to see fear's path. Where the fear has gone there will be nothing. Only I will remain. Single quote. Moadab. Quote. Life is pain, Highness. Anyone who says differently is selling something. Quote. Wesley in The Princess Bride. And #X200B. Edit. Wow, thanks for the gold, kind strangers. It means so much to me that my favorite movie helped me get it, haha, and I love seeing all the other fans here. People like to invent monsters and monstrosities. Then they seem less monstrous themselves. When they get blind drunk, cheat, steal, beat their wives, starve an old woman. When they kill a trapped fox with an axe or riddle the last existing unicorn with arrows. They like to think that the bane entering cottages at daybreak is more monstrous than they are. They feel better then. They find it easier to live. Quote. Geralt of Riva. The Last Wish. Time is an illusion. Lunchtime doubly so. What is the most important step a man can take? Always the next step. Dalinar : Edit. From Oathbringer. Book 3 of the Stormlight Archive. Written by Brandon Sanderson. Quote. Get busy living or get busy dying. Quote. Andy DeFrence. The Shawshank Redemption. Edit. I had mistakenly attributed it to Red. In the beginning the universe was created. This has made a lot of people very angry and been widely regarded as a bad move. Douglas Adams. The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Edit. As you, Frothingham reminds me, it's actually from the restaurant at the end of the universe. The second book in the increasingly inaccurately named Hitchhiker's trilogy. Quote. There are no choices. Nothing but a straight line. The illusion comes afterwards. When you ask, why me? Quote. And, what if? Quote. When you look back and see the branches, like a pruned bonsai tree, or forked lightning, if you had done something differently, it wouldn't be you. It would be someone else looking back, asking a different set of questions. Quote. Max Payne and Max Payne 2. The Fall of Max Payne. Had to be me. Someone else might have gotten it wrong. Morton Solus. Mass Effect 3. Quote. An old friend once told me something that gave me great comfort. Something he had read. He said that Mozart, Beethoven, and Chopin never died. They simply became music. Quote. Drive. Robert Ford, Westworld. Quote. How lucky I am to have something that makes saying goodbye so hard. Quote. Winnie the Pooh, AA Milne. Quote. I've lost so many things. My job, my future, everything that people think is important. But I don't care, for even if I have to dig ditches for the rest of my life, it'll be a ditch digger who once had a wonderful day. Quote. Said by Cornelius Hackle towards the tail end of the Broadway musical, Hello Dolly. This line has always stuck with me because I want to act on stage as a career, which doesn't pay all that well. So many people oppose me, but I want to do what makes me happy, so I continue to pursue it. Quote. We accept the love we think we deserve. Charlie's teacher from The Perks of Being a Wallflower. Alright, that's about it this time. Be sure to smash like button. What did you think? Leave a comment down below. If you want to see more, be sure to subscribe. Also, don't forget to press the little bell so you never miss an upload. I'll see you next time.